So, good day everyone. Today, we are going to tackle about types of sets and mathematics, classifying finite, infinite, null, singleton, and universal set. But before we start, let me introduce myself. I am Robert James Vincent S. Sarana, and I will be your teacher for this subject. Now, let's proceed to what exactly is a set. So, in mathematics, a set is a fundamental concept, a well-defined collection of distinct objects considered as an object in its own right. Well-defined collection. So what it is? It's each object either clearly belongs to the set or clearly does not. What is distinct object? So every object within a set is unique. They, there are no duplicates. So, elements can be anything from numbers, letters, or even people. So, for example, in set A, we have here 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, this is a set of even numbers. Set B, A, E, O, O. This is a set of vowels. Now, let's explore the world of sets. This presentation will guide you through the fundamental classifications of sets that are crucial for understanding set theory. Number 1. Finite set. Sets with a clearly countable numbers of elements. So, for example, 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Number 2, infinite set. So, this is a set containing an endless or uncountable number of elements. For example, set of all natural number 1, 2, 3, 4, or set of even integers, which is set of integers -2, -1, 0, 1, or 2. Third, null or empty set. This is a unique set that contains no elements at all. For example, set A 1, 2, and 3, and set B 2, 4, and 6. So find the union of set A and B. So it is empty set or null set. Now, let's proceed to number 4, singleton set. Sets that consist of precisely one element. So, number 5 universal set. The overarching set that encompasses all elements relevant to a particular context. Now, let's proceed to finite sets, countable collections. A finite set is defined by its characteristic of having a countable and limited number of distinct elements. You can count every single item within it. Consider these examples. Set A is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Set B, red, blue, and green. Set C, days of the week. So here's the key point. The number of elements in a finite set can always be enumerated, even if it is a very large number. Now, let's proceed to infinite sets, endless possibilities. Unlike finite sets, an infinite set contains an uncountable or endlessly vast number of elements. Its elements continually infinitely making it impossible to list them all. Common examples include in set n 1, 2, and 3, the set of all natural numbers. Set E 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is the set of all even numbers. Set I, it is equals to all integers. So the key point is the ellipsis notation often signifies that the pattern of elements continues without end. Now, let's proceed to the null set, nothing at all. The null set, also known as the empty set, is a unique set characterized by having no elements whatsoever. It, it's an empty container. It represents it represented by a specific notation. This symbol, as you can see, number one, the symbol is pi. The second symbol is an empty pair or curly braces. Now consider the situations. Set A, the pi symbol as set explicitly defined as empty. The set of all natural number between 1 and 2, so this set contains no numbers, hence null or empty. The set of all people who have visited Mars, as of now this is an empty set. So now let's proceed to the singleton sets. A single element, a singleton set is a straightforward. It is a set that contains exactly one distinct element, no more, no less. So here are some examples of singleton sets. Set S is equals 7, a set containing only the number 7. Set T equals apple, a set containing only the word apple. Set U, the current president of the United States. So the key point here is the cardinality of a singleton set is always 1. So this is the key point. Don't confuse the element itself with the set containing the element. Cardinally A is a set while A is an element. Now, let's proceed to the universal set, the all-encompassing context. The universal set, often denoted by U, is the set that contains all possible objects or elements under consideration within a particular context or discussion. It sets the boundaries for all other sets in the specific problem. So, understanding its role with examples, if discussing different geometric shapes, set U or universal set all geometric shapes, circles, squares, triangle, etc. If discussing whole numbers less than or equal to 10, the universal set is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, in biology class, U might be all living organism on Earth. So, here's the key point. All other sets being discussed in the context are considered subsets of the universal set. So, before we end our discussions, let's have a summary. Classifying the world of sets. A solid understanding of the sets types of foundational for classifying data and solving problems in set theory, logic, and various fields of mathematics. So, number one, finite set, limited countable numbers of elements. So, we need to remember that finite set is a limited countable numbers of element. Number two, infinite set, unlimited uncountable numbers of element. So, we need to remember that infinite set is opposite to finite set. It is unlimited and uncountable. Now, the third one is null set. It contains no elements represented by empty set. Number 4, a singleton set, it comprises exactly one element. For example, set A, 7. 7 is the only element. Example 2. Set B is the word apple. So, the word apple is 1. So, it is a singleton set. The last one is the universal set. So, it encompasses all elements relevant to a specific relevant to a specific context. So we need to remember all of this because it is important. So that's all for our discussion for today. I hope you learned something from our discussions and see you next meeting. Bye bye.